I'm gonna tell you guys right off the rip, it's a lot of trial and error. Nobody's gonna give you the secrets. You know, in school, your homework is due. I'm not just gonna give my homework assignment that I worked on last night to you because you didn't do your homework last night. Yer, what up, what up, what up, what up? Dang, these lights are bright. Welcome back to another video. So this is a continuation on my how to start a clothing brand. You know, I got plenty of questions. I got so many DMs, everyone. It even grew my brand, right? Now, for those of you that don't know, I'm adding this series obviously to a sneaker life because sneakers, clothes, they go hand in hand. I have a brand called St. Michael, as you guys can see. Blessed enough to have sold hundreds of hoodies, and you know, the support is just amazing. So thank you guys so much. I feel like 2019 is going to be a huge year for my brand, but I also wanted to help a lot of you create your own brands because this was kind of a process that was in the making for the longest time, and I don't want to miss any specific points. Now, like I said, I'm going to try to make this a continuous series. That way I can always answer your questions, but I think the most important thing that people are always asking me is, how do you even start a brand? Where do you go? Like, you have an idea and what do you do with it? You know, how do you start? And I'm gonna tell you guys right off the rip, it's a lot of trial and error. Nobody's gonna give you the secrets. You know, it's just like anything. You know, a lot of people were hitting me up asking me for my manufacturers and who I use this and who I use that. And you know, it's kind of one of those things where, yeah, you wanna help everyone out, right? But at the same time, in school, your homework is due. I'm not just gonna give my homework assignment that I worked on last night to you because you didn't do your homework last night. You know what I'm saying? And that's how this whole industry is. It's not necessarily a bunch of selfish people and people that don't want to tell you nothing. It's just people that have worked extremely hard and they can't just be out, here you go, oh, you didn't do your homework last night? Here you go. You always got to be aware of that. You can't expect any handouts in this industry whatsoever. Remotely in any type of business or just life endeavor, you know, nobody's going to hand you anything. So just know that right now. But getting into the point, okay, you want to create a clothing brand. Where and what needs to get done? Now, there's numerous things, right? Most importantly, the name. You know, the name is everything. I came up with St. Michael. I'll look up trademarks and see what's available. St. Michael was available. That's really the whole reason I made it. I wanted a brand with purpose. Now, obviously, mine represents religious purpose. St. Michael is the archangel of war, military, all of that. So that's the whole purpose behind my brand, is to drop tactical wear and just loud. It's religious, you know? Everyone prays in the end. So that was my direction, and it didn't always start that way. You know, I had the Compass brand, which trash, like the Compass brand, bro. I usually go by Mike the Compass, but the Compass brand, that's what I had. I've had so many trash names, and you know, it led up to this higher end St. Michael name, and I've paid for the trademark. I've done the LLC. You know, there's a lot that goes into it. People will try to tell you can start a brand from scratch with no money, but no, you got to put a lot into it. It takes money to make money, in a sense. Now, I'm not saying, oh yeah, I'm super rich. No, I got lucky and my YouTube took off a little bit, and I put some of that money into different businesses and kept them growing. You know, that's how it works. You always got to invest in yourself. So as far as a clothing brand goes specifically, you have a name in mind, right? You want to look it up on all the websites, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter. You want to make sure that you can have that name, right? If you're a Chinatown Market, you want Chinatown Market on Twitter. You want Chinatown Market on Instagram. You want the website, ChinatownMarket.com. And sometimes it's not that convenient. You know, there's still obviously some things with my brand, like St. Michael. I don't have the exact St. Michael Instagram or the St. Michael Twitter, but you can modify it. That's what the most important thing, you know, getting the name. Then we get into more specific details. How do you create the clothes? How do you get the designs? Now with this, you gotta find people that can design for you. I'm lucky enough to have two great artists that took me a long time, and through friends introducing me to them, and they do great for me. You gotta find someone that really believes in you and your brand and is actually gonna create dope stuff for you. Or you can learn yourself. If you're an artist, that's an advantage. That's super dope. You can also go on a simple site. It's called Fiverr.com. There's plenty of graphic designers on there, and you pay them $5 or more, and you know, they'll give you a design and it can kind of help you. This is by no means easy. I've spent a lot of money with different designs that I'll never even use because, you know, they were cool at the time, but just not what I'm looking for. Now let's say you have your name, you have your design, cool. Now, not everyone can just automatically pay for an LLC and get your trademarks filed. If you want to do it the right way, that's the way to go. You know, put some money aside and take care of that early. But you know, not everyone can do that. You know, you got to make the money first, create the brand, make the money, and then you can finally buy a trademark and all that stuff. So we'll just skip that trademark stuff because it's really not that important for a small brand. Now, when it comes to actually making t-shirts, making products, all you got to do is look up local screen printers in your area. My recommendation is finding multiple screen printers just to have different options and see who prints the best. But usually samples, you know, they range from a lot. You always should do a sample. No matter what product you make, you should always run a sample first. That way you can see what you're getting before you do a mass production of stuff, because you can just waste a lot of money and get errors on your shirts, and it's just all bad. So remember that. Google screen printing. If you're from Ohio, type in screen printing in Ohio. It'll, on Google immediately, it'll show you the closest screen printers available. You guys can usually see the reviews, and you know, you can reach out to them, get a quote. You can even go in the store, talk to them. You want to get to know these people. They are making your products for you. You're spending your hard-earned money on these products. You want to make sure they turn out good and you get them in a timely manner. So with my brand specifically, I wanted it to be a higher end. I wanted it to not be too expensive, but not be too cheap. Just kind of like in the middle of like, wow, this is fire quality, paying a little extra, but it's worth it. It's where I wanted to be for now. And I'm doing cut and sew. So I outsource a lot of my products. None of this is made in the United States. I've been working on trying to find a manufacturer in the United States because I feel like lower quantities is better, especially in the beginning when you're just a starting growing brand. I only have 3,900 followers. I'm nobody special. I'm literally just telling you guys the process that I've learned so far, and hopefully it helps you. So yeah, I have these actually outsourced. This is one of the most popular hoodies from my brand. I have the 3M with the embroidery. Quality of this hoodie is amazing. I sold these for $72, which is actually on the cheaper side based on what all comes with it. You know, you got the embroidery. This is actually the sample, so this isn't even a finished model, but this is cut and sew. So cut and sew is basically as it sounds, you know. It's not just your basic blank t-shirt with a screen print on it. This is actually, the sleeves are sewn on separately. The embroidery is, you know, like it's all cut and sewn together. I think one of the best products that I dropped in the last year was actually the St. Michael jacket. As you guys can see, this is very similar to a lot of higher end brands. Like most brands would sell this jacket for like $15 to $2,000. I was selling these for $150. Has the nice fur. It's a down jacket with the big buttons. St. Michael Semper Fidelis, which means always faithful. It is in military. But this was like a fire jacket. Another example of cut and sew. Getting into that stuff, it obviously costs a little bit more and you need more money backing you up to order products like these. Obviously that's like the bigger picture. You know, the majority of new brands start out with learning Photoshop. Make sure you understand how Photoshop works, Lightroom, all of that. Adobe Illustrator, I'm still learning it myself. I'm trying to learn how to draw. I really want to be hands-on. I'm even getting a sewing machine to learn how to sew properly because I just love wearing my stuff, you know, who doesn't? Now I know I got a little off topic. I just kind of wanted to show you guys the structure and the stages of my brand. You know, it's been a lot of trial and error. I'm looking for manufacturers right now. It costs tons of money to do different samples and, you know, fitting. It is truly a lot of work, but it all depends on what kind of brand you want. I just wanted to go over kind of the basics of a brand. You know, like I said, it's simple. You need a name. You want to make sure that name is available on multiple platforms or modify it a little bit. Secondly, you want to get a designer or learn how to design yourself. Third is finding a screen printer. I highly recommend only making shirts in your area. Don't order from any of these crazy websites. Find your own local screen printer where you can go in, feel the shirts, see what materials you like. Is it Gildan? Is it Comfort Colors? Is it Hanes? I find that so important. And then make those samples. Make sure they turn out how you want them. That is really the basis of just starting a brand. I need to get into creating a website, and I will do all that in the next video. I just want to kind of see the reactions and see the questions that you guys have, because I know it's hard. You know, I spent almost 3 years just trying to create a brand, just come up with a name. Always remember, man, nobody's gonna do your homework for you. If you're really serious about this, you'll find out a way. There's a lot of research that has to be done. But at the end of the day, it's worth it, man. Like, let me tell you guys, knowing that there's people out there wearing my hoodies or my hats, or even bought my jackets, my t-shirts, wristbands. It's like the dopest feeling ever, especially when I can't wait for the day that I'm just walking down the street and I see somebody wearing St. Michael and they don't even know that I'm the owner of it. I could care less if people know that I own it. It's just more of the gratification that I get seeing someone wearing my stuff. But there you guys have it. Those are the basics to starting a brand. Please leave your questions down below. Don't hesitate to leave your questions down below. Like I said, I want to make this a series. I hope this video wasn't too all over the place. Maybe I need to start writing down my thoughts because I'm just like, all over the place. But you know, at the end of the day, I'm just trying to help you guys out. This is your boy Mike, aka Sneaker Life. I'll see you in the next one. And of course, gotta throw that promo in there for the one time. Go check your boy out, St. Michael, or follow me on Instagram at St. Michael Co, or follow your boy at Mike the Compass. But if you guys are interested in the hoodies, you can purchase them down below. They are $72, but trust me, worth every penny. Run it.